Hi y'all, this is Charity from F.R.O.G Crochet, and Miss Kitty's here. What are you doing? While I'm reading the devotion, can you look it up on there so I can see the live chat when people come on?
Where do you think you're going?
Alright, our devotion today is grace and peace. Grace to you and peace from God the Father and our Lord Jesus Christ. Galatians chapter 1 verse 3. While serving in summer missions as a college student, I had a minor car accident using the van owned by the ministry I was serving. Filled with dread and knowing I had to tell my supervisor, I expected an angry reaction and assumed I would have to come up with the money to pay for the damaged van. Already intimidated by my supervisor, I went to tell him what had occurred. He spoke with me kindly, even gently, letting me know he understood it was an accident and that I did not need to pay anything. I have never forgotten his response. He had every reason to be upset with me, but he was so kind and forgave me and the debt I owed on the van. God's grace is like that. We are sinners and make mistakes. Our sin keeps us from God, but in His grace, God deals with us lovingly and kindly and takes care of the cost of our sin. Peace is another intangible gift from God. For many, peace seems elusive, whether because of one's lifestyle, pace of life, problems, or lack of relationship with God. Many do not experience peace, and some believe they will never know peace. Yet, peace is what most people desire and need. Is there someone in your life who you think is a peaceful person? Likely that person has learned to cultivate contentment in Christ on a daily basis. The gift of peace in our lives can never be measured in human terms, but is a result of our trust and rest in God. What do God's gifts of grace and peace mean to you? Bless those around you with the gift of grace and peace today as you love, forgive, and show kindness to others. And our prayer is, God, may your gifts of grace and peace flow through me today. And for a deeper walk, read Galatians chapter 1. Alrighty, and who do we have in here? Oh, hey, Jen. How are you? Alrighty, I have two FOs, or finished objects. One is a poncho that the pattern was gifted to me from Miss Setta, from Setta's Place, and I think I have this inside out. I do. Turn it right side out. Alright, and this is the poncho. Miss Kitty has two of them. I love this poncho. If you want this pattern, Miss Setta has it on her webpage. She does not do Etsy or what's the other? She sells her patterns on her own webpage, and it's settasplace.com. Anyway.
Jen said, tired, lol, goodness, listen until I fall asleep.
And she loves it. I am tired too. I worked out in the yard today.
I did laundry.
Yes. I like this one because it's got the armholes and you can do stuff while you're wearing it. It's not in the way. This one is called Be Sweet Poncho, is what it's called. And this is, I love these colors. It's beach colors. I love the beach and I love lighthouses.
Here, you take it. I'm trying to play with the cat.
Oh yes, Ravelry. Yeah, she don't do eBay or she don't do Ravelry or Etsy. Hers is just a website. I will try to remember to link it after the video is over, but it's actually not that bad of a price for the pattern. I think it's like last time I looked, I think it was about $4.50 or something like that for it, but she gifted it to me to mainly this. It was I told her I seen her, she had made one. And I mentioned on one of her videos that I really liked it, that I said, I wish I had that pattern. I could make one for me, or one for Miss Kitty and one for me. And she sent, next thing I know, I got an email and she sent me the pattern. And she said, tell her that it's a gift from her and a gift from me. Because I made it for her, but the pattern was Setta's. So anyway.
She wouldn't tell me until it was finished and she did the video on it.
Yeah, I wouldn't let Miss Kitty know that it was from Miss Setta till we did the reveal of hers.
I had a feeling it was her anyways.
Yeah, Miss Setta's a sweetheart. And then this one is Spring, the Fiber Enthusiasts. This is her Congolese poncho. I finally got mine. And I know she put this one out in February. But, and that's what Congolese means, is February. But I did 2 of them. And I started this one. And I started one for Miss Kitty at the same time. So I did the centerpiece on mine, part 1 first. And then I went and got her yarn picked out, which I already had it here. It was some clearance yarn that I had got from Hobby Lobby in purples and gray. I think it had some gray, like a grayish, purpley gray colors. But it was a really thin 1 weight that the way I could make it small enough for her, because this is a 3 weight and this thing is huge. This is just the front of it. This, I'll get this turned around here, is the back of this thing. And it's humongous. And this is sitting on the floor. This thing is huge. So, but I did show hers in another video. But when I seen Springs, I absolutely fell in love with that pattern. And I had to make one. I told her, I said, I can't wait for this pattern to come out because I absolutely loved this pattern. Hi, Helen. How are you? And so if you're interested in it, it is called the Congolese poncho. And Spring has 3 tutorial videos on how to make this. It is humongous. I used Caroline Skinny Cake for mine. And this one is called Buttermints is the colorway. And as soon as I seen Springs, I knew that this is the yarn that I was going to use for it. Oh, hi. Welcome in, Angel. Sorry, I cannot see my chat all the way over there, so I've got my phone, so I have to look down to look at it. So, this actually took 2 full and a half. So, almost 3 cakes for this. So, it took 2 and a half of the skinny cakes to finish this one here. 2 full and a half to do this one. But I did do it a little different too than what Spring did. Now she said you could add more to it if you wanted, especially if you're a taller person and you need it longer. You can add more rows here of the chains. I just did the last row, and then I did 1 extra row, but I also took and did single crochets. I did 4 chains in these loops all the way around on this last row, and then I took, and now she don't do this on hers, but I did mine this way, as I put 7 single crochets around the chain to kind of stiffen up these loops a little bit on here. But and that's how I changed it, just a hair. Now Miss Kitty's, I did hers a little bit different because hers was such a thin yarn. It didn't want to drape very good right through here. This wanted to bunch up here, and I think a lot of it too is I'm a tight crocheter, and so it didn't want to, like this section where it's the mesh look here, not this part, but this here section wanted to just bunch up and not lay flat. And so, and it still wants to kind of draw up a little bit because my stitches are so tight. But hers was a very thin. Oh, hi, IBB. How are you doing, sweetie? I know you've been sick.
Playing with the cat. She's very feisty. This is the only way I can get her to sit in my lap, is if I play with her.
Yeah, she's been sleeping all day, so now she's ready to be awake and play.
Just be careful. She likes to go for your arms when you're not expecting it. She's done it twice now.
Yeah, she likes to charge up her bite before she even attacks anything. She'll sit there with her mouth wide open. And then
like that.
Finally bites.
They can't see it there, I don't think. Her face out of frame. Belly rubs. Belly rubs. I mean, I'm going to take my hand and just stare.
Anyway, Spring has a tutorial for this if y'all are interested in it. It is a beautiful pattern. I absolutely love it. It's gorgeous. It did take me a while, but a lot of it was with family issues that had been going on that kind of, I had to put this on hold for a while. Taking care of her grandfather before he passed away. So anyway, so that's why mine took so long to get it done. But I just did finish it this evening. About an hour or 2 ago. I just did finish this, and I actually sewed the tail in too. So this is completely 100% done. So, which I'm glad, because I've been wanting this done for a good while, because this one I made for me, and I don't make a lot of stuff for me. This one I got done on Mother's Day. I had started a while, and then
yeah, I saw that. You were trying to get my arm, you little stink. Stinker.
But I did. I was determined to get this one done on Mother's Day, for Mother's Day for me. And I did get it done on Mother's Day. But anyway, that's my FOs. And if y'all don't know, some of y'all might have seen that when I was on another live the other night, I have a new niece. She was born the 16th. Hi, Moonlit Traveler. How are you? Welcome in.
You know who
Okay.
I was playing with earlier.
Anyway, I have a new niece. Oh, hi. Hi, Sally. Welcome in.
I'm playing with Kitty.
She was born on the 16th. She was 6 pounds, 4 ounces, 4.3 ounces. And she was only 19 inches long, which she was little bitty. Little man was only 19 inches long. She was a little bit longer. I think she was 19 and a half inches. I'm not sure. She might have been 20 inches. I don't remember. I know she was 8 pounds, 1 ounce. Little man, they didn't tell us his weight, but when he left the hospital, he was under 6 pounds. But anyway. Miss Kitty's actually taller than her aunt. She's the baby of the family, and she's actually the shortest one out of all of us. I used to be the shortest one until she come around. Even the one that's above her, there's two. Well, I got 3 younger sisters. One's 3 years younger than me. Then when I was 15, Mom started all over again. I had the redhead, and then she had the baby. And, don't you get me, little stinker. Yeah, I see you, feisty little thing. But I got pictures, but I can't show them because I don't have permission to show them. I wish I could, but she is so sweet. I wish I could go out there and visit, but they're over for us to drive. It would be over 1,000 miles to drive out there. So they're all the way out in Missouri. Her husband is stationed out there. He is in the Army. And, but anyway. I'm actually testing a pattern. I've got a blanket already done for her. This is not a blanket. This is actually a cocoon when I get it done. But this is the start of it. And this is how much I've gotten done so far. I don't know if y'all can see it. This one here has a little bit of a variegated colors right here. It's not coming through very good. It's white and kind of a peachy pink color and green.
Watch before you sit down.
And it also has this tan. Well, you little stinker. Took my seat.
Come here.
Ornery little feisty thing.
Come here. Let go of the blanket.
Oh, her nail's caught. There it goes.
There you go.
All right.
Come here.
Little stinker took my seat. But anyway,
right.
This has some pinks in it, but it does have this tan color and it also has this green and a little bit of white. Plan is when I get it done, you're supposed to trim it in that variegated color. These were supposed to be my main colors. The only reason why I changed to the green is because I didn't have very much of this tan color. And I wanted to use it up, and I thought that because this had the tan in it, I figured I'd start using a little bit of that tan and put it in there. But that will be going to the new baby when I get it done. And then I also, to keep myself from falling asleep in church, I have to have my hands busy and to be able to concentrate on the pastor. If I don't, my ADHD will kick in and everything. So I sit and crochet, and I started a poncho of my own pattern. I actually had came up with a shawl of this particular pattern. I was trying to change it over to being a poncho as well. So I started it, but it's in the other room.
Look at this fat cat, Mama. She's a fat cat.
Yeah, I do too. They're different. This one here at the very bottom, I think it's not the star stitch, called the Trinity stitch, I believe. And then this one was something else. I can't remember what the ridges here is kind of a shell ridge type thing. But anyway, now we had gone to a country store. What was it, last year sometime?
Probably. I'll be right back. I'm going to go get her num-nums so she can do treats for the audience. Or
Hold on.
Tricks for
We're
the
going
audience.
to try this first.
Oh, she heard me say the word.
We're going to try this first.
You're going to try it.
No, you're going to try it with me.
Don't want her.
You don't want to try this?
No.
It's tomato jelly.
And
You like tomatoes?
I prefer them raw and homegrown.
Just one little bite?
Fine.
And you can have some homemade banana bread. I got you on that one, didn't I?
Banana bread's good.
Anyway, we went to a country store. I've had this in the pantry for a little bit, and then I stuck it in the refrigerator.
Oh, yeah,
But they had
sparkling water.
It's called Walnut Creek Foods, and it's tomato jam.
I'm covering
And
that
it's
for now.
still cold right now, but I brought it in here so y'all can see it. But we've gotten it at this little country store. I've never tried tomato jam before, so we're gonna try some. You pick a piece or just pinch off a piece if you want.
You pinch it off for me. Small one.
It's on sourdough bread that my sister-in-law made. Is that good?
Yeah, it's small enough.
I put some on a piece of bread. I did warm up the bread a little bit, but it's probably cooled off by now. So, you want to try it?
Oh, so I'm the test subject, huh? Banners! Don't play with the light cord. I'm scared.
She's so feisty. She's playing with the cord dangling over there. It's different.
It's okay. I'd rather have fresh tomatoes. Well, I'll be right back.
It's different. Almost like a sweet ketchup taste to it. On bread, it's not bad.
Oh.
You got her attention now.
Yes, what I want. I'm honored to do a couple tricks for the audience. She'll only do 2. She'll try to cheat though. Come here.
I'll see her down there.
I'm trying to get her to come up here on the couch. Come on. Yeah. Come on.
This is actually pretty good.
Up on the couch.
Different.
Right. Can you sit? Sit, please. It's not sitting. You're partially sitting. It's not completely sitting. Is it because I haven't gotten them out yet?
You're getting impatient, ain't you?
No, she's being feisty. She wants them. Yeah, she'll also stand on her hind legs, but sometimes she'll cheat.
That's not bad. My favorite is
Come on, up.
My favorite's blackberry jelly.
There we go. Oh, really? Just long enough to knock it out of my hands. Here, have that. It's a tiny little piece. Where'd it go? You're blind as a bat. It's right there. Can you go up again? You didn't stay up there very long.
Come get it.
There we go. Up on her hind legs. Can you do it again?
So what have y'all been up to lately?
I have to eat my finger. And then just one for sitting. So really all she'll do is sit and stand on her hind legs, which sometimes she'll just take her paw while she's sitting and just pull me down. Because she doesn't feel like standing on her hind legs. And now she's going to clean herself. You did a good job. I'm going to stay down here on the floor. I like the floor.
Don't do it. It's been a pretty good day today. We went to church today. Then we went and had lunch with the pastor and his wife and all of us.
I had giant pancakes. They were good. I ate all 3 of them. The pastor's wife was kind of surprised that I ate all 3 of them. She goes, "Really? What? What are you
They were pretty good sized pancakes. They were huge.
She just kind of gave me the look of, where'd you put that? Did you put it in your leg or something?
Now it's up there because there's a big mirror right there, and it reflects the lights. So I covered up the mirror. And that mirror is so heavy, I can't take it down. And the way his dad has it hung up there, it's not easily took down either. But that is a very, very heavy mirror. So
it required assistance, Mom.
you licking her face. What are you doing that for? Mm-hmm.
She says tasty.
Mm-hmm. She's cleaning her baby.
I'm gonna clean you.
Mm-hmm. She thinks you're her baby. She protects you all the time, especially outside.
She gets mad at you when you hold her, and I'm not there. She gets mad.
She was mad at you today because you ignored her all day.
I was playing with my friends.
Hi, Jeanne. Welcome in.
Well, she's a happy kitty now.
I was just showing the things that I got done since Mother's Day. I had this one done Mother's Day, and then I finished this today.
I hope you didn't miss the tricks with the cat. You probably did.
Let's see, after we did that, we came home. So my husband while he was hanging up the can crusher, I went out front and finished the flower bed, and little man helped me with that. He helped me he got me some bricks, and then he helped me put the rocks out there too. We finished that up, and then I went and crushed a bunch of aluminum cans, and then came inside, started working on this a little bit, got tired, and took me a little nap. Then we ate dinner, and then I finished it up. So I ain't long got this finished. About an hour or two ago. And I worked on a little bit of my diamond painting while I talked to my dad on the phone. I call him every Sunday nights. So he's all the way out in Missouri. I talk to Mom once in a while. I don't know when I can talk to her, when I can't. She has a farm. They raise goats, and they got a bunch of chickens. Right now they've got well over 100 chickens. They got a bunch of chicks to raise them up to sell for later. And she does sell the eggs as well.
They got a goat named Socks.
No, they still have the goat named Socks.
Oh, I know they had a goat named Socks. I don't know if they got rid of it or not. Okay. But they had a goat named Socks. It was a black goat, and the reason they named it Socks was because its two front legs, part of them were white, and it looked like he was wearing socks. So they named it Socks.
Okay. I didn't know that. She didn't tell me that.
Papa did. I'm trying not to say his name, but
Papa did? Okay.
Yep, Papa told me that's why they named him Socks.
Yeah, Papa does a lot more work with the goats than Granny does.
He was the one who named them.
Hmm.
Socks is the only one I can actually remember the name for. I don't remember any of the others.
Yeah, she had Nellie, but she didn't have Nellie very, very long. Nellie was very, very small. These are supposed to be full-size goats, and they raise them to take them to the swap meet for animals, and they sell them when they get to a certain age. But anyway, she had a little one. She was a runt, and Mom kind of took up with her, and she bottle fed her and stuff, and she followed Mom around all the time, and she had named her Nellie. And I said, well, why don't you keep her for a pet instead of, because I know you can't use her to be able to have other goats and stuff. Just keep her as a pet for you. And she's like, no, we got enough pets. We got the 2 dogs. We got the cats. And she's like, I got to take care of all the chickens and stuff like that and help with the goats. I don't need any more pets. I said, but you like her so much. Why don't you keep her for yourself? I said, because most of those animals that's there at the farm is for Papa. They're mostly his pets. Other than the cats, just kind of took up with them. And that does kind of help keep the mice down for them. But anyway, she went ahead and got rid of her, but that was her favorite one out of all the goats that she had. They named her Nellie, and she was just a little teeny tiny thing. She didn't get very big. So hopefully when they sold her off that somebody kept her as a pet, because she was that loving of a goat that she would have been a really good pet for somebody.
Too bad she wasn't a fainting goat. That would have been funny.
Yeah, she was about the size of a fainting goat.
Fainting goats are funny. I love them. You just open a door and they faint. It's hilarious.
But anyway, when I tested the pattern for Crystal for her goat, I tried.
It's a buff goat.
I tried to make the colors of the goat about the same colors as Nellie was, and Crystal actually named the goat Nellie. Crystal, the Yarny Chicken Crazy Cat Lady. She does have that pattern on her Etsy shop for sale. Or no, or is it Ravelry? I think she does Ravelry. I'm not sure. Either Etsy or Ravelry. I can't remember which one it is that she does.
Your goat that you made ain't no normal goat. It's a buff goat. You stuffed it too much.
Yeah. I accidentally put too much stuffing in the goat, so
can I go bring the goat?
It looks very buff.
Can I bring the goat?
If you want to. That's up to you.
I'm going to bring Nellie the buff goat. I want a crocheted goat now. Don't make it that buff, though.
When I get a chance, I'll send it out to Mom in a package for her. I might send it out for Christmas for her. But hopefully she'll like it, because to me it reminds me of her pet, or her favorite goat, Nellie.
The buff goat.
I have to hold it a little bit closer so you can see.
Here, put it right in front of the that doesn't work. It's a buff goat.
Turn it the other way so they can see it to the front.
It's Nellie the buff goat.
Yeah, I accidentally overstuffed it a little bit in the legs.
She doesn't want to stand upright.
No. I'll turn her facing them so they should see. Yeah, see, I put a little bit too much stuffing in the legs. It's a
back legs too.
A very muscular goat.
Buff goat. I'm gonna call it Super Goat. Oh, they fell over.
But that's what I've been working on. What are y'all working on?
I'm drinking all my saliva. I need to stop doing that.
Nobody gonna talk to me.
Nope. They won't ignore you. They're falling asleep. Oh, never mind. You gonna read it out loud?
I'm trying to decide on what to do on my board for a butterfly shawl. Okay. Are you designing it on a board? Is that what you're doing? Angel says, Oh, you got board. Okay. Border. Okay. You're trying to decide what to put on the border for the butterfly shawl. Okay. Angel is working on a bunch of stuff, but right now I'm finishing up a poncho. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do, was get a bunch of stuff that I've already started done like this. This has been working since February, but like I said, I had to put it to the side for a little bit. I did get
your blanket too.
I did get Miss Kitty's poncho done before I got mine done. So, and I need to finish testing this pattern for Anita. Let me try to get this right. Queen Mama's Hillbilly House with Anita. If y'all don't know her,
Mad Kitty.
you need to check her out. I love her one video they did for Father's Day. They dressed up like the Beverly Hillbillies and actually drove through town up there where she lives.
Did they play the song too?
Yes, they played the song for the Beverly Hillbillies, and they actually rode in the back of the truck. Anita was dressed as Granny.
She says meow. Why are you so vocal? Where's the cat toy? Where's the cat toy? You want to play? Whoop.
Patterns are not your friend, huh? Well, I'm sort of self-taught, so I had to learn how to read patterns. I've had a little bit of help from my aunt, but most of the knowing how to read a pattern on a book, I've pretty much learned that on my own by just reading the pattern books and getting a book on how to do crocheting where they showed you frame by frame a picture of how to do each stitch with the hook and the yarn. And that's how I started out. Other than, well, my very first thing, my sister was working on doing yarn. She was crocheting something. I can't remember what she was crocheting. I think she was crocheting a pot holder or something. I told her to teach me how to do it. And I started out with a pot holder. And she's like, all right, you just do the chain. And then you go through one loop here. And you go across. Then you do a chain. And you turn around and go back. And she didn't tell me I was supposed to get 2 loops on the way back the second round. And so I just grabbed the back loop. So that's what, and so I did that. And had somebody ask for a blanket. And I'm like, look, I just started on knowing how to do this. So this is the only stitch I know. I don't care, but I want a blanket big enough. He was a big guy. And he wanted a blanket big enough to where if he rolled over, it wouldn't roll off of him. As he said, he had a lot of trouble he had a full-size bed, but a lot of blankets, if he rolled over, his blanket came off of him. And he'd be cold. So I made this big, huge, king-size blanket. But it was a guy that I dated before I met my husband, and we had broke up. And so I had quit working on it for a little bit, and I finally just, because I was determined I wanted to finish it, and that was my biggest first ever project, because I don't think I finished the pot holder I had started, because he had requested for me to make this blanket.
I never finished the pot holder I started. But that's because I don't have the patience for regular crocheting.
But this king-size blanket that I had done took me 5 years to do. It was all single crochet stitch back and forth, back loop only. So when I went across it, back loop, and I turned it around, so it had that ripple look to it. And I'm talking king size, all single stitch. It took 5 years to do that thing, and it's huge. When I finally finished it, I was dating, I think I was engaged to my husband at that time. And I told him, I said, look, I know this wasn't meant for you. I said, but I've put too much work, sweat, tears, whatever into this that he don't deserve it. I said, now if you don't want it, I will. I said, if you want it, I'll just give it to you. I said, if you don't want it, then I'll try to see if he'll buy it from me, because I'm not just going to give it to him. And he said he would take it because it was something that I made, and we still have it, and we use it during the wintertime. But this thing is humongous.
This is mine now.
I need to see the chat, please. And Angel says, I am very tempted to start a new project, but that happens every day, looking at all the beautiful makes everyone has. Yes, it is. It is very, very tempting, Angel. Couldn't imagine. Oh, okay. She says, I missed the line. Says, oh, brother, single crochet, king size? Yes. This thing was huge. I had no idea what I was getting myself into when I agreed to doing this. And that was the only stitch I knew how to do at the time. But that was because my sister, and I didn't know that I was doing it wrong till I had gotten, I don't know, about a fourth of it done. And she's like, what are you doing? You're doing that all wrong. I said, I did what you told me to do. You said one loop, and you said turn around and go back the other way. Doing the same thing. You didn't tell me to pick up 2 loops for the next round. You just told me 1 loop. So that's what I did. And she's like, well, it looks good. She says, I kind of like the look of it. So, but I finished it. And like I said, it took me 5 years to get that thing done. She says, couldn't imagine, time consuming, but could be a good challenge. Oh, yeah. But, you know, it was a good starter for me to show that I was determined enough to learn how to do that and how to crochet. And look how much further I've done. You know, I'm doing clothing stuff now. When I first started out, it was just blankets or like pot holders, stuff small or big. Well, the very first one I didn't even finish. It was a pot holder, but it didn't get finished. But then I did that big, huge blanket. And once I completed that blanket, I pushed on it and I pushed to doing it. And it was pretty much, the reason I started it was when we first moved out here, I didn't have any friends. I didn't know very many people. And that's why I started doing the pot holder. And then later, me and that other guy became friends and then became more than friends. You know, we started dating. And then he had asked me to do that. And I was like, yeah, sure. You know, so I took on a big project and my mom looked at me. She even looked at me. She's like, are you sure you're going to do this? You sure you really want to do this? Especially that stitch. And I was like, yeah, I want to do this. But like I said, it took 5 years and I got it done. But yeah, my husband absolutely, he loves that blanket. We use it every year during the winter time. It's still on our bed right now because it's still a little bit cool at nights. And he likes to run the air conditioner, even though it's not hot enough for it right now. He likes the fan going. he don't actually turn the AC on. He just runs the fan for it, just for the noise.
Yeah.
And so I get to freeze because it blows right on me. And then he wakes up and he's like, I didn't sleep good because it's so hot in there. Well, you know what? I'll trade you places. You can you can lay over here next to the fan where you about freeze to death. And I'll stay on that side. No, I slept on this side of the bed for 20 years. I'm not sleeping on that side of the bed. He will not trade with me. But that fan blows right on me and I about freeze. Even when he's got the AC on in the summer, when it's hotter, I about freeze because it blows right on me. Oh, hi, Mishi. Welcome in. She says, good evening, everyone. And Angel says hi. And then Mishi's saying hi to Angel. Yeah, single crochet is nice and tight. And yeah, it's been, let's see, I got it done before we got married. So it's been over 20 years that I've had. Is just this last April, we celebrated our 20-year anniversary. And we still have it. And it's, now I can't fit it because it's a king size. I cannot fit it in my washer. I have to go take it down to the laundromat and wash it. They've got the big washers up there, and I use that, and I'll stick it in the dryer. That's the only one that I do stick in the dryer. Most of my stuff like this, I will lay it flat to dry. But because that is so big and I don't have anywhere to put it to lay it out flat to dry, I actually put it in the dryer at the laundromat and dry it. But most of my stuff like these, I will let it just lay out and air dry. And I try not to put these with other clothes. If I put it with other yarns, it doesn't seem like it wants to peel up as bad. Now, some of the yarns, it just depends on what kind of yarn. Like Red Heart yarn has a really bad habit of just peeling no matter what. And that one actually is a Red Heart, and it doesn't, to me, it don't peel much. But I think it's because it's an older type of the Red Heart yarn. It was a little rough on the fingers because it is like I said, every bit of that king size bed sheet or bed blanket is in the Red Heart yarn, because I didn't know any better that there was any other places to get yarn at that time, and Walmart was the only place I knew of how to get to in this area anyway at that time as well. And my mom had told me what was it like? I think it was the second day. She's like, oh, I need this. Can you go to Walmart and get it for me? And I'm like, we just drove into town, into this house overnight, and we've only been here like 2 days in this house, not been anywhere in town yet. And you want me to go drive to Walmart and I have no idea how to get there? I said, you crazy woman. And but and so anyway, she got in the car with me and told me how to get there. But the only way she knew how to get there happened to be the longest way to get there. So, what could have took us 20 minutes, took us about 30 to 45 minutes to get there because she took me the long way around. But that was the only way she knew how to get there too. So, and we didn't have a GPS in. Says Mishi says my husband has a big box fan going as well. Yeah, this is actually a small window air conditioner unit, but you can just turn it on just fan only. But it stays in our room window all year round. But we have really thick, heavy curtains, and we usually cover it up with the curtain during the winter time to block any cold air coming in. And that does pretty good for that. But how many yards did it take? I have no idea. For that king size blanket, I really couldn't tell you. I just know that it's a king size blanket and it's huge. I did not count. And like I said, that was my very first project. And I got that done, over 20 years ago. You're testing my memory on that one. Oh, you're in Phoenix, Arizona. Wow. Yeah, my sister used to be in Arizona. Her husband was stationed there. I don't think it was Phoenix. I can't remember where she was at. He was in the Air Force. So I've got 3 of my sisters. See, the one is 3 years younger than me. Her husband was in the Air Force. He got out. He's no longer in the Air Force anymore. But he got stationed in Arizona for a while, and then they went to Alaska. And I told her, I said, "Are you crazy?" I said, "You're going from really extreme hot to extremely cold weather." And she's like, "Well, I don't like the heat, but I kind of get used to the cold because at night it gets cold." And so I was like, "All right, whatever. It's your choice. Y'all's decision, not mine." I said, "I don't like the cold. Y'all can have all the cold you want."
I like the
But
cold.
she's hot natured anyway. She was. I don't know if she still is. But she loved it up there in Alaska. But they are not in Alaska anymore. They're actually in Missouri now. And see, the sister that just had a baby, she's actually in Missouri too, but her husband is in the Air Force. No, he's in the Army. Sorry. And then the redhead, her husband is in the Air Force. The youngest one of us, her husband's in the Army. Oh, it's almost 9 there. Okay, time. Okay. It's 92 degrees hot. Wow. Yeah, because you're several hours away from us. Yeah, it's almost midnight here for us. I had no idea what time it is. Or time. Don't know what the temperature is. My husband's got a thermometer in yonder.
Outside or inside?
Probably either one.
I'll do both.
We call it the magic light box. Because there's times that it's raining outside and it tells us that it's not raining, that it's just cloudy. And so we call it the magic light box that wants to do whatever it wants to do. So it's crazy.
It's 56 outside and 76 in here in the house.
Okay, 76 in the house
And
56 outside. Okay.
I'm gonna sit on the cat. Mama, sit on the cat.
Well, you have a good evening too, Angel. It was good to have you in the chat.
Mama.
Thank you for joining us.
I sit on the cat.
You silly girl. Leave the
She's not
poor
going
kitty
anywhere.
alone. She's ready to go to sleepies.
What you grab?
Hmm.
Whoop.
Be nice to the Banny. You ignored her earlier today.
No, I want to cuddle with her. Hi there.
Yeah, you ignored her. She got up in my lap today. Yeah, she played video games all afternoon when we got
I
home
was
from
doing
church.
laundry.
And, 2 loads of laundry. Woohoo! You didn't even fold them.
Nope. 'Cause I can't fold properly.
Yeah, she was wanting some attention. This little fluffy thing was wanting some attention, and Miss Kitty here wouldn't give her any attention. So when I went to go work on this, she decided to get it all up in my face. Actually, I think I had just finished it. She got up on my lap and got up on this. Or it might have been before that. I don't remember. I think I just got started working on it, the last of it. And she got up there. She got on one chair, and then she got up over on my lap. And then she just sat there and then started purring. I said, oh, I see. I said, somebody's ignoring you and you want some attention, so you're going to get in my lap and demand attention from me instead of going and getting in her lap and demanding attention from her.
Which is what she usually does.
Yeah, she usually gets in her lap and demands. I said, but I guess because I was sitting on the more comfortable couch and she was sitting in the gaming chair playing video games. It's like, yep, you ignored me.
I'm cuddling with you now. How about you be happy about that?
Why are you getting mad? Huh? Why are you getting mad at her? You don't want to be on the couch? Usually you want to be on this couch. You just don't want to share it, huh? You want the couch to yourself. Before we did the video, she was in here by herself.
Alone with food.
Yeah, we had food in here, and she was.
Yeah, you left
Luckily
her.
enough, she didn't touch it.
You left
She
her
left the
alone
food
with the
alone.
bread.
Do you want your piece of banana bread?
Not right now.
Not right now.
Probably when the live is over. I sleep with the cat.
What colors did I do? Well, the guy that wanted it, he picked out. Luckily enough, my husband likes this group as well. But this guy's favorite team was North Carolina Tar Heels. And so it was white, a light blue, and then I think a royal blue, or was it just blue? I don't remember. But it's the shade, the two blues and the white of the North Carolina Tar Heel colors. And I just kind of alternated. I did like one big band, then a smaller band. And what I tried to do was like I had got the big jumbo things of yarn in the white. And then I can't remember if it was the dark blue. I think it might have been the darker blue that I did the skinny band. And then the lighter blue was the bigger band. It's in my room. I don't remember, but I did do one was the big, huge ball, the jumbo skein, and then I had the regular size skein, and then I did another jumbo size skein. But I would do those alternating back and forth. So it's the North Carolina Tar Heels colors. And yes, I do need to start working on your blanket. I haven't even finished it. I haven't even done, the one I started this year for our 20th anniversary. It was the temperatures for the year that I was born and the temperatures for the year that my husband was born, which I was born in 1980. He was born in 1981, but I was born in Missouri. He was born in North Carolina. So, and that's why, he does like the Tar Heels as well. He's not much of a sports fan, but he said if he picked a team, it would be the Tar Heels to root for if he was going to root for any team, sports wise, because of he was born and raised in North Carolina till he was 12, then they moved here in Virginia. But his heart's in North Carolina a lot because, well, especially now, his mom's living there. She just moved there not too long ago. And most of his siblings live out there. Got one brother in South Carolina, and that's recent. And then his oldest sister lives actually about 5 minutes from here. And but him and his sister are really close. His older sister, she actually homeschooled him when they moved out here. So he's really close to his oldest sister. They're really close as far as being siblings. They're very, very close to each other. As far as they get along really well.
I got her too. She doesn't like it.
I'm getting mad at you, poor baby. What you get mad about?
I won't let her get down.
What you get mad about?
Look what she did to my arm.
Uh-oh, she scratched you.
You didn't break the skin though.
But I need to get working on that, but I've got to get this here done. Finish testing this for Anita. Need to finish testing this for Anita. And then we have Vacation Bible School coming up in July for church. And the theme is Celestial, I think is what it is. It's supposed to be space, outer space. And so we're trying to decorate with stuff like that. And I got these balloons from Temu. 2 of them are rocket ships and 2 of them are astronauts. And they're supposed to be... Get her out of there. She's trying to get up in the sewing machine.
I think she was just stretching.
No, she got up in there. She was trying to get up in it. My Chromebook's sitting on top of an antique sewing machine cabinet here. And there's actually a sewing machine up in it. And the kitty tried to get up inside there. And I don't want her getting up in there.
It'll be fine.
It's very warm in the wintertime. We do have other blankets that we put on us too at night because that room gets really, really cold, especially in the wintertime.
It doesn't have very good insulation.
Yeah, the room itself doesn't have very good insulation. That room, the bathroom, and the dining room is the original part of this house. Everything else his dad added on. This here room was an add-on. I think it started out as a screened-in porch. And then they decided to turn it into a closed-in room. There's this one, and then the other room that you've seen some of my videos where I've been. And apparently I was told by my husband that was not a good room to do videos because all you could see was a silhouette of me and you really couldn't see me very good. So that's why I decided to come in here, but then I had to cover this up because the lighting glared off the mirror.
Using my blanket.
Yes, that's Miss Kitty's blanket. But it's a cute blanket.
I don't think I'm going to get that back.
Yeah, you will get.
Sure.
Well, I can put my lighthouse one up there next time.
Okay. I got a queen size cat blanket
But that one was
that
here.
I got from my aunt, which is your sister.
This one was here, so that's why
I
used
would bring it down, but little man is sleeping upstairs. Also, you told me not to bring it downstairs. You told me to leave it. And the only time I can take it downstairs is if I'm getting it washed, because you don't want it getting messed up.
But
it's nice and warm though.
And I've had a request to do pictures of her in stuff that I've made for her. If I can get her to do it.
I'll just frown at the camera.
But they've asked for pictures of all the stuff that I've made for you.
I don't like cameras.
I'll have to do a slideshow.
I don't even like being on camera on here. I'd rather wear a mask or something.
But you're so much better looking than me. And
Box.
you're very pretty.
I know a YouTuber that doesn't like to share their face on the internet, so they decorated a box and cut eye holes out of it. And
I can try to take a picture where I don't show your face.
Still don't like the camera.
Even if your face is not in it. And just showing off what I'm making. What I made for you.
Yep, don't like the camera.
Fine. Maybe this mannequin will have to hold it for me. That cat hair in my mouth. There's something. A piece of fuzz on the end of my tongue.
If you give me chocolate, I might do it.
Oh. I have to bribe you to do it, huh?
I don't like the camera, but I'll do almost anything for chocolate.
We'll see about that.
Or even squishmallows.
Is I made her
Chocolate's cheaper.
I made her a hooded cape, which is F.R.O.G crochets pattern. I've done a big, huge poncho that was F.R.O.G crochets.
It's so big that you can wear it.
Yeah, it's big enough where I can wear it.
It swallows me. I can use it as a blanket.
I've done a little shawl for her, and that one was F.R.O.G crochets pattern. I don't remember what shawl pattern it was.
You did two of them. 2 shawls.
The big poncho one was the herringbone stitch pattern poncho. What else did I do? I did a big, huge rug for her.
Cat rug.
Cat rug.
So I'm going to bring the cat rug out. It needs to be washed.
Again? I just washed it not too long ago.
Oh, you did?
You brought it down here.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Never mind then.
That thing was huge because I used really, really thick, fuzzy yarn because it was to be a rug. So that's why
I used it as a blanket a couple times.
When she first got it, she used it as a blanket.
Because I didn't have anywhere on the floor to put it.
Let's see. What else did I make for you? That dress. She still can wear.
I've had it for 4 years and I can still wear it.
I made it. I got it done for her 10th birthday, and she can still wear it. And she's 14. And that's actually a F.R.O.G crochet pattern.
It was meant for it to be a toddler dress, but
yeah.
You changed the size. You made it bigger.
Yeah, it was one of Crystal's toddler dresses, but I adjusted it as far as the torso part, and I kept having her try it on over and over, and she's like, will you quit? I said, when I get it long enough for your torso, then I'll start doing the skirt part, and then you won't have to try it on anymore. She's, okay. Yeah, but she loves it. She wears it a lot.
She wears it last week on Sunday.
He did wear it last Sunday. I'm not sure.
So now it's in my dirty clothes basket. Because I haven't brought my dirty clothes basket down
because
it's not full yet.
There. Little man has the turtle,
He has an octopus.
which the turtle actually made that for VBS one year, and he got that as a prize from VBS.
Which he made me a turtle too, actually.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah, we got
Purple.
no, we got the audience to name it.
Oh, but it was purple, right?
Yellow, pink, and purple. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't remember doing it.
I'm pretty
Kind
sure.
of vaguely.
I'm
Vaguely,
pretty-
because most of the stuff I do make for her, the little man is like, Mommy, when are you going to make me something? And I'm like, well, I don't know what to make you. So one day I actually let him go and pick out some yarn. And I told him, I said, I will make you a blanket. I said, you pick the yarn and I will make it. I said, pick 3 colors. The sticker brings me one thing of yarn that has 3 different colors on it. He's like, here you go. I was like, no. I went 3 different skeins of yarn, 3 different colors. This can be one of the colors. Why don't you go pick out something that's got two more colors to go with this? But he literally brought me a thing of yarn with 3 colors. Actually, I think he had 4 on it. But it was cute. But he did really good at picking out. I think Miss Kitty helped him pick out colors too.
You told me to help. I didn't want to.
Well, because he only brought one other one with him. He didn't. I think you have to bring in the white. And he picked the blue, and he said, "I don't want a different color with it." I said, "Well, I need 3 different colors to go with this. I need 3 colors total." And I said, "I can use this variegated. I can use this solid blue, but I need another color to go with it." And she went and helped him. She picked out white to go with it. And it's a 12-point star blanket. And it turned out, I didn't realize how big this thing was going to get. But I wanted it to be big enough for him to be able to use later when he gets older. And it ended up being about a full-size blanket. It actually fits my full-size bed.
I snatch it sometimes.
Oh, so you take it from me, huh?
Sometimes.
I do need to get yours done. I need to make you one. I need to get you to pick out colors for it. But I think it was
You also need to make
dusk, shades of dusk or something like that. It was the blues tones, and it was red heart, super saver. And I think the blue was varsity blue.
You also need to
And then
make
white.
the armadillo that looks like a hedgehog.
Mm.
Because you promised to make me an armadillo that was used in VBS either last year or the year before that. I think it was
Last year.
It looks like a hedgehog.
Mm.
It's still cute though.
I did end up donating the 2 aliens that I had made. I tested Crystal, the Yarny Chicken, Crazy Cat Ladies, Max, the alien. Max the Martian, I think she called it. Anyway, I tested that for her. I did do one as Max. And she told me to do whatever colors I wanted and how to do the eyes and stuff. And I tried to get 3 different colored eyes. Couldn't find any in that size at that time. And I did have the solid black. And I did like what she said she did. She just took black ones and just painted different colors with fingernail polish. We did 2, because he had 6 eyes, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
2 green, 2 blue, and the other was supposed to be pink, but it turned out almost like a purple color with painted on black.
Like a purpley red.
Yeah. And while I was at it, because I had so much fun doing Max, I was like, I want to do another one, but I want to do a female version of it. And Max had a little bow tie, and what I did with her is I took the little bow and I made 2 of them and stuck them on top of her antennas. And then I did use the 2 different colors of purple, I think it was, and then the pink that I used on her, and did a little necklace, like just a simple braided necklace. And then her little tentacles at the bottom, I did them a little differently than what the pattern was. Other than that, I followed the rest of the pattern for the girl from Max for it. But I did want her to look a little different than him. But for her purposes of doing the test of it, I did do Max the way she wanted it done and the way she had written her pattern. And but like I said, I did change the tentacles a little bit on it to make them curlier for the female, and then took the little bows and put them on her antennas, and then did a little necklace for her. And I did her in pink and 2 different shades of purple and then like a really pale pink color. I showed those in a video while I don't know when that was, but I did donate those to the church for VBS this year. And the pastor's wife, she just absolutely loves them. She seen them yesterday. They had a cleanup day, and she seen them. She's like, "Oh, I meant to tell you, I absolutely love those. Those are so cute." So Crystal, thank you. But I don't know. I might make me another set for me again, but just because I don't know if I'm going to get. I hope I do get it done, but because these were already done, and the kids absolutely love it whenever I make little amigurumis for them for Vacation Bible School to give away, because that's what I do, is we use them for props for our decorations and stuff up on stage. And then after VBS is over, the kids get tickets throughout the week, and then they get to put them in the prize they put them in whatever prize that they're wanting to try to get. And each year that I've only done it, 2-3 years now?
I think so.
We did the sea one, which I did the turtle and the octopus. And then last year I actually used Crystal from Bago Day, or not Crystal, Bago Day. Crystal the Yarny Chicken. There's too many crystals that I know. Crystal the Yarny Chicken, Crazy Cat Lady. I used her cardinal pattern to make the Roadrunner. I just changed the colors. And then I found was it Pinterest, YouTube? I think it was Pinterest. I'm not sure. I don't think it was YouTube. I think it was Pinterest. I found a pattern they called it a armadillo, but when I got it done, it looked like a hedgehog. But they thought it was just cute. Anyway, what else did I get done for them?
Didn't you get like some sort of lizard done, like a gecko?
Yeah, well, yeah, it looked kind of like a gecko, but it wasn't a gecko. I don't remember what kind of lizard it was, but I couldn't exactly find the type of lizard that they were wanting that matched the lizard for their VBS theme that they had. They were all desert type.
Like you had the coyote,
critters.
You had the roadrunner, we had an armadillo, and there's some sort of lizard.
Yeah, I got the roadrunner done. I got the armadillo, which really looked like a hedgehog. And then I got the lizard.
But you didn't do the coyote.
I was working on the rabbit. It's supposed to be a jackrabbit, but I couldn't find an actual jackrabbit pattern. So I just made this cute little rabbit. But
you couldn't find a good pattern for the coyote.
Yeah, I couldn't find a good pattern for the coyote. And so
if you found like a decent fox one or a decent wolf one, you could have changed it to colors of like a coyote.
I never did could find one that looked what I wanted. But anyway, I was in the middle of doing the rabbit, and my husband ended up getting sick, and we couldn't go. Even though we quarantined upstairs away from him,
we still couldn't go.
we were still requested to not come. So I didn't get the rabbit done, and I didn't get a coyote done. But the kids loved the ones that was there anyway. So
sadly we couldn't come and enjoy the fun.
They've asked for me to do something this year. And I told them, I was like, I really don't know, because of trying to get my house fixed up and done and set the way I want it. Now that I've got time to be home and actually do what I need to do here, I haven't been doing a whole lot. That's why took me so long to get this done. And I just kind of, any of my free time, I tried to work on this. This one was so easy. This works up really fast. If you guys want to try it, it's awesome. I got hers done in like 2 days, and that's just working on it in my free time. Just sitting down and doing it. There was a couple of days that I was able to just, sit and work for 2 or 3 hours on it, and then go do something, and then come back and work on it for about an hour or so and go do something else. But within 2 days, I had a top like this, smaller for her, done. Now this one is not to the exact length of what Setta's is, because Setta is a lot taller. She's taller in the torso than I am, and she is definitely taller than me. So hers is a lot longer. So I did this too. I just tried it on, and where I thought it would be a good length for me in the arms. And then I stopped by trying this on periodically as far as the length here goes. I don't remember how many rows I did, but I think her total was supposed to be 30, 32, something like that. I don't remember. It was 30-something rows. But it is a very fast and easy pattern. I absolutely love it. So if you guys want this, and it works, like I said, it works up really fast, and it's not hot. I'm usually hot-natured, and this I'm fine with. It's very airy. Even though this is not cotton, this is actually acrylic. This is the Caron Cinnamon Swirl Boardwalk is the colorway, is what I used. It's a 4-weight. Okay. Good night. It's 4-weight yarn, but it does work up fast. But like I said, I only got like a little bit of time here, a little bit of time there to work on it. And this stripe down the middle is actually the shirt that I'm wearing underneath it. I keep seeing that in the reflection. I'm like, is that my pattern? And no, it's not. That's not a stripe in my pattern. My pattern was messed up, but I did not color control this in any way. This is just how it turned out. But it turned out pretty close to being exact stripes on it. So I love how this turned out. But it said it does sell that on her channel or her website. She has other stuff that she sells. She does have some merchandise that she sells too. But anyway, that is, and Miss Kitty, she likes hers as well. Actually, I've got hers in here, and I'll get those. You can come sit up here if you want, Miss Bendy. You can sit up on the couch. this one, first one I did for Miss Kitty. I did change it a little bit because Miss Skinny Minnie, but this does stretch out for her. And this is almost like a dress on her. So that's why. And this is actually how many rows that Miss Setta did. But because of the type of yarn I used, this is actually a 3-weight yarn. But that's the first one. And then this one was the second one. And I actually adjusted it to her arm length and her waist length for her. So, and that's her second one that I made for her. So that one's a little bit shorter because of her waist. But the first one I just followed for the length of rows. But I did change it as far as how many count around here. So that's why the bottom part of this is a lot skinnier on the other one. Because I didn't do as many rows or as many stitches up here like I was supposed to. But anyway, this actually looks like it could fit me almost. This stretch is that stretchy. But this one is Miss Kitty's. And she's, got a short arms like me. But those were her too. But like I said, those are very easy to make up, very fast. This one does take some time to do. The first part, the second part was not as long. This last part is what took me the longest on this pattern. But I absolutely love this pattern. It is gorgeous. I love it, spring. I couldn't wait to get this finished. I'm glad that I finally did finish it, but as I'm so hot-natured, I'm not going to put it on right now because I would start sweating. Even though it's 70-something degrees, I think it's a little bit cooler in here. Back in there, it's a little bit warmer. This does get kind of warm in the sun, about middle of the day, because the sun comes through and heats this room. But at night, it cools off really quick because there's not much insulation in here either. So, anyway. But I do believe I am going to hop off of here because I will have to be up in a little while. I got to go. Little man has 2 more full days, partial day of school left. And so I have still got to get up early in the morning and get him to the school bus. So, and that's about usually 5:30 in the morning, and it is almost 12:30. So I only got like 5 hours to get some sleep. So, and I'm probably not going to be able to go to sleep right away. It takes me a little bit to go to sleep. But anyway, it was nice seeing y'all. Thank you for coming in and chatting with me. I'm going to hop off of here and get some sleep. Hopefully, if I can. Got to put this fluffy kitty in her bed. She's not allowed to run loose. But we will see y'all next time. Hopefully it won't be so long for me to get on here again. Y'all have a wonderful and blessed night. And if I don't see you anytime on the YouTube streets, y'all have a wonderful and blessed week. Bye, y'all.